Hey guys, when we talk about handle up and handle down, handle up, move up, handle down, move back, what that simply means is handle up, the knife over spun, it over rotated, it spun too much, it had too much room to spin. What we need to do is, when that happens, when the handle is up, we need to decrease the distance from point of release to the target. And the way to do that is to move up. Obviously, that will decrease the distance. For handle down, that simply means that it underspun. It didn't have enough room to turn or rotate. And to make that adjustment, you need to move back. Handle down, move back. If there's not enough room for the knife to make its rotation, enough one rotation, half rotation, or how many rotations till it hits the target, if there's not enough room, it'll hit the target handle down because there wasn't enough room. That means you need to give it some room, and you do that by moving back. Handle down, move back. Handle up, move up. Handle up, you need to decrease the distance from point of release to the target. Handle down, move back. Handle down means you need to increase the distance from point of release to the target. I hope that helps. All right, we're going to throw this knife so it hits the target handle up. That's handle up. Handle up. We're going to make that adjustment. We're going to move up. Handle up, move up. I'm going to move about 4 inches. I'll make a new mark. We threw it from there. From here, we threw it from this mark. It was handle up. So we're going to adjust by moving up to this mark, and hopefully this will go straight in. Piece of cake, you can do that. Handle up, move up. This is for a handle down knife. Handle down, now we're going to make the adjustment. The adjustment we're going to make is to move back. It was handle down, it underspun, so we're going to move back. For a knife like that, at that angle, handle down, we'll probably move back at about 12 inches. And I've already made a mark there, so I know where I am. Eventually, you won't have to make it a mark at all. I don't use marks anymore, but for the video, I'm going to make a mark here. And you should too, to build some muscle memory first, if you're a beginner. This will go straight in, and I'm going to make, and it's going to go straight in because I moved back 12 inches. Handle down, move back. So that brought that handle up. A tiny bit handle up. So we're going to move up a tiny bit, maybe an inch. A little fine tuning here, get it straight in. See how it went straight in? This is fine tune adjustments, and until you get a real solid base of muscle memory and a trained, conditioned form and motion, you might not be able to do what I just did, but eventually you will be. That's not supernatural power. It's just knowing what I'm doing because I've done it for so long. But you see how we made the adjustment. Handle down, we move. That was really handle down a lot. So we moved back a lot. And relatively a lot is 12 inches. Normally you'd move back maybe 6 inches, depending on the angle of the knife. We moved back 12 inches. The knife went straighter. We brought the handle up, but it was a little bit tiny up. It was handle up just a little bit, about an inch. So we compensated by moving up an inch, which brought the handle down an inch, as you saw. It's not complicated. Play this over and over again and listen to it. It'll make sense to you after a while. Handle up, move up. We'll throw one handle up. Handle up. And we're going to change, and we're going to adjust that, bring that handle down by moving up. Watch the handle come right down. Just by that simple adjustment of moving up. I moved up about 8 inches, and that brought the handle right down. For handle down Tomahawk, we're going to have the same adjustment as it is for knife. Handle up, move up, handle down, move back. To properly show handle down, we're going to have to wrap the handle around the tree like this. Because with a target like a dead tree, which goes all the way to the ground, you can't throw the Tomahawk low, so the handle goes under the target to properly show handle down. Because we have throwing a dead tree, if I threw straight at the target, the handle would hit the tree and it wouldn't stick. So we're going to have to throw off to the side and have a curl around the tree. we'll demonstrate a little bit of accuracy as well. So see how we, that's handle down, and we stuck that around the tree, and we had to do that, because again, if we didn't, it would have hit like that and not stuck. That's for demonstration purposes, proved a little bit of accuracy, and we'll make the adjustment now. Handle down, move back, right? Handle down, move back, we're gonna handle right up. Hope that helps. Okay guys, one thing I want to explain to you, if you're gonna make adjustments, moving up, moving back, controlling distance that way, remember if you throw, let's say we're gonna throw one spin knife from this hole right here, this marker, I throw it and it's handle up. We're gonna move up, okay? And if I move up, that will correct it. It'll go straight in, just like you saw in the video. But the thing you have to really keep in mind is everything has to be the same. This will, moving up on an overspun knife or moving back on an underspun knife will only work if you throw it with the same exact form and motion and release as you did the first throw. Let's go over that really, really slowly. So I throw it just like this and it's handle up. So I move up. I have to throw it just like that again, the same way. Because if the next time I reach in, that's going to mess everything up. So it's really important when you're moving up or moving back, make sure that your form and motion is the same as the prior throw, and that'll work it out. Hope that helps. Some advanced techniques. I have these two poles here just to give you a visual reference how these adjustments work. Now if I throw my first knife, and you'll see all these in the videos, the handle ups and the handle downs, handle up, handle down, move back. Sometimes you can't move the feet up. If you're at a competition and you have a line, say this is the line for your one spin throw at a competition, and you're right at the line, and you throw it, and it's handle up. Well, you can't move up because you can't go over the line. So if your release point is here, you can reach over the line with your hand, but you can't step closer. For example, in that scenario, your release point is here and it sticks handle up. How are you going to, if you can't move up to cover that distance, we have to cover it some other way. And one way to do that is to simply reach. Come a little bit more up higher on your rear leg. Here I am. Here's what I teach for a regular form and motion release, ball of the foot. That's classic release, form and motion. Now if you need to increase the distance but you can't move up, come up off the ball of your foot and on your toe. Look at the difference. Make this your reference. Look at the difference. I release here one time, it's handle up. The next time, without moving my feet up, I just reach in more, release, lean in, and I do that by pushing off with my foot higher. Now I'm on my toe, never coming off the ground, but I'm on my toe instead of the ball of my foot. Reach in, that's one adjustment you can make. And a little off balance there. Another adjustment to make if the handle is down. If you want to move back, let's just say for argument's sake that there's a reason that you couldn't move your feet back, but you want to decrease or increase the distance so the knife will turn more. Your release point has to come back. One way to do that, if you release here, and if you release with normal form and motion, you release here and it hits handle down, watch what happens just if I put my heel down. Look at the distance that covers. Just by putting my heel down. So if you throw the next time, you could throw, let go, and keep your heel down. That's another way to make an adjustment for handle down. So you reach in for handle up, and you stay down, heel down on the ground for handle down. That'll move the release point back. Another thing you can do to change release point up, to move release point up for an overspun knife, is to simply move your rear leg up. So if I release here with the ball of my foot like this, I'm up on the ball of my foot, traditional classic release, form and motion, but I need to get my release point out there. I can do it with the reach like we discussed before, but I can also do that just by moving this rear leg up. See that? So I start my stance Not like this, but like this. Hope that makes sense. That's for an underspun knife. Now that's for an overspun knife. I'm sorry, that's for an overspun knife. For an overspun knife, you can move the rear leg up, which will bring that release point forward where you would need it for an overspun knife. Now for an underspun knife, to change this release point, what we'll do, here's our traditional stance, our classic traditional stance, up on the ball of our foot at release, here's release. Now if we throw that and the handle is down, we need to get that handle up. We need to increase the distance between release point and the target. How do we do that? If we don't, let's say for argument's sake again, that we can't move back our feet, our front foot anyway, because that's on the line. So let's say we need to decrease the distance by moving the release point back. How can we do that? We spread our leg out a little more and we throw like this. So release point here, release point here. See the difference? When I move my leg back, that's another adjustment you can make for an underspun knife. I hope that didn't complicate things too much, but these are advanced techniques. I hope you can study them and learn from them. Hope it helps. Okay guys, I'm going to throw this knife so it hits the target handle down, and watch my form in motion. My heel is going to come up off the ground, the ball of my foot is going to stay on the ground. But I want to point that out so you can watch this and see that's going to be handle down, and we'll show you an adjustment you can make to bring the handle up. Handle down. Now watch it release. I'm just going to keep my heel down at release, and you'll see that handle come right up. You see how that happened? And that happened because it changed my point of release. I didn't have to move up, and I didn't have to move back. What I simply did was kept my heel down on release. And you could see why that brought the handle up, because I increased the distance from point of release to the target. The first time my heel was up, point of release was right there, and it was handle down, so I needed to move back. But I didn't need to move back. I needed to increase the distance, and I did that not by moving back, but by keeping my heel down. See how that changes it? I just put my heel down, and that increased the distance from point of release to the target. I didn't have to move back. I just moved my point of release back, and I did that by keeping the heel down. Hope that helps. Here's another adjustment we can make for handle down without actually moving back. Handle down. Now we're going to make this adjustment without moving back. We're just going to simply fall back, hyperextending this front leg a little bit, fall back, and you'll see how this will go. This will bring the handle up when it hits the target. Then we didn't move back, but we are moving our point of release back. See how that brought the handle up? Simply by hyperextending and staying back on release. Just another way to make adjustments for a handle down knife. Another adjustment we can make for a handle down or underspun knife. I'll throw this with a hammer grip. You see I have my little finger all the way down on the handle. I'll throw this knife, it'll be handled down because I'm too close. All right, that's handle down. Now the next knife, we're going to bring that handle up. This time we're going to do it by lowering our grip, and I'll put my not my middle finger, my ring finger on my right hand all the way down. Before, the first throw was like this with the little finger at the bottom. This time the ring finger is going to be at the bottom. If you want to bring the handle up, you will lower your grip. Watch this bring the handle up just merely by lowering my grip. Hope that helps. Here's another adjustment you can make for an overspun knife that spun too much, a knife that hits the target handle up. We're too far away from the target, so this is going to hit the target handle up. Handle up. Now we're going to bring that handle down simply by raising our grip on the knife. We'll bring that handle right down. We did that simply by raising our grip, not changing our grip, while changing the position, but not changing it from a hammer grip to another style grip. or type of grip, but simply by raising it up. Hope that helps. Let's make another adjustment, a different kind of adjustment for handle up or overspun knife. Instead of moving up, we're going to do a little bit of reaching in. So we'll throw this so it hits the target handle up with normal form and motion. It's going to hit handle up because we're too close. I mean, we're too far away. Sorry. Normal form and motion, handle up. Now we're going to bring that handle down by simply reaching in at release. Hear about that handle down by reaching in? And we'll try it. Now I reached in a little bit too much. The handle went down too much. So we're going to throw this to the right of that last this knife I just threw. And I won't reach in so much this time. Just a little bit. I'll reach in just a little less than I just did. And we'll try to get that knife in nice and straight. Minor adjustments. You can do that. Hope it helped. Okay, first we're going to throw low on the target so we can give the handle room to curl under the target. The second one we throw will be a little straighter, the handle angle, and the third one, the handle angle, will be up a little bit more. Okay, this one's going to curl right under the target, the handle. Okay, curled right underneath there, and this one we'll try to throw a little straighter. It's a little straighter. This one we'll throw to the right, and we'll try to get that handle up. So the handle goes right up. And now this one, we're going to make the Tomahawk handle go progressively lower. First one will be high, second will be a little straighter, the last one will curl underneath. And we do that by making the opposite of leaning back. We lean in on these, and that'll bring the Tomahawk handle up. Okay, so the first one is going to be high. This one will be a little straighter simply by leaning in a little bit. And this last one will curl right under the target by leaning in without moving our feet on the mark. We're just going to lean in more. See how that curls right under the target? All right, we're going to make these hawks go from handle angled underneath the log round. The second one will be a little straighter, and the last one will be a little higher up. But this time we're going to make that adjustment only by adjusting our grip. Not by leaning back or leaning in or moving up or moving back, but only by our grip alone. First one, this will angle, the handle angle right underneath the log round. Right under there. Now the second one is going to be, the handle's going to be a little straighter. We do that simply by moving our grip down. If we want the handle to go up, we move our grip down. There's the straighter, and this last one will be handle up. Now we're going to go angle high to angle low. High. Lower. This will be even lower. Right under the target. It's going to be a 3-spin throw, 3 full rotations thrown by the handle. Two and a half spin. Two spin. One and a half spin. One spin. And last but not least, half spin.